important today. We're going to go into Juvie Hall here in Orange, California, and what we're going to do is we're going to meet the guys who have volunteered for this particular program.
The PAW program is a program in which we take shelter dogs from the Orange County Animal Shelter and we pair them with kids who are serving commitments at Orange County Juvenile Hall.
PAW is an acronym for Pups and Wards, and it's a way of bringing both of them together to give both of them second chances for a life after the shelter and a life after incarceration as a minor.
Jeanette Thomas is the gal that originally approached the animal shelter, which approached us regarding this program. She comes in on her own time and volunteers her time and all of her efforts. She has a true love for animals and a true love for kids.
This is a volunteer program for them. They have to groom the dog, feed the dog, clean the dog, take care of it. It's a lot of responsibility, like having a child for some of them.
We're OC Animal Care. We're the largest shelter in Orange County. We take in about 30,000 live animals every single year. We can house anywhere from 482 dogs, 300 to 350 cats, and about 50 bunny rabbits.
Most people say, oh, who wants to go to a shelter? You know, they're throwaway dogs. I look at shelters as, and I call this diamonds in the rough. This is amazing for the kids because many of them have never been to a shelter. Everybody has a story. Just like the dogs, they may not have had structure, they may not have had love, they got into bad habits with drug and alcohol abuse and just got into, gangs. Dogs run in packs, kids run in gangs. So there's so many analogies between the dogs and the kids, and it just seemed to be like a perfect blend.
Hey, a little feisty.
The dogs that are being selected for this program, they have a chance like so many deserve. They'll be saved. They have a second chance at a great life, and the people who adopt them will get great dogs. So it's a win all the way around for the kids, for the dogs, and the doctors.
Come on, baby.
These dogs want to love someone. They absolutely do. And these kids need someone to love them. This is Cooper.
This is
One of the things that I see that changes when the dogs arrive is that people begin to laugh. Sometimes that they might feel that because they're here at Juvenile Hall, they have to be, as some will say, rough and tough. And so it loosens them up and you see this loving side.
Hugger, just so you guys wouldn't know. Like people, if you treat someone with kindness, you begin to trust again. And then from the trust becomes, you begin to flourish into who you really have the potential of becoming. And that's what I see in these dogs so very often, which really to me makes this whole program worthwhile. He's not paying any attention to you. Good. Give him a treat for sitting. 1, 2, 3. Go back, give him a treat. Go back, give him a treat. Yes, excellent. Beautiful, nice job. And what we'll do is I'll give the kids like a homework sheet when we go back inside. They'll have a list of all the commands that we did today so that they can practice during the next week. I come in once a week. We review the commands that we've already learned, and then I start with another 4 or 5 commands. That was excellent. Okay, come on, guys. Nice job.
People think that juvenile hall is supposed to be a punitive place where kids commit crimes, they need to come here and they need to be punished. That's not our job. We are here to rehabilitate. We are here to provide people with skills so that when they do get out, that they're not going to be repeating the crimes that they committed.
Great job. I'll be back next week. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye, guys.
It's important to bring in those types of programs that will really be beneficial to the kids. And at the same time, we're going to be able to help these dogs too.
We've actually seen some of the wards who have come and volunteered with Jeanette afterwards, work with some of the dogs. It's tremendous to see their growth and the knowledge that they've gotten from Jeanette and the fact that they're using it now.
There's a big one for me. His name's Jonathan.
good at you.
He was in our program for 2 years. He actually helps Jeanette over at the shelter. He's been doing some volunteer work over there. We're very proud of him. It was a long fought battle.
He's been great. He comes here once a week. He leaves school. He takes the bus to get here, which is a big effort. And then we're here probably once a week for about 2 to 3 hours. He helps me evaluate the dogs. He'll tell me which ones he thinks would be good in the program next door. So for me, that information is priceless. What do you think about that guy?
Loose, energetic.
I mean, he was incarcerated when he was 14 years old.
He was a hardcore gang member. In fact, so bad that he wasn't able to come out of his room without fighting.
Like they're a little stubborn, but they're good dogs.
He seems pretty nice.
Seems mellow.
And talking with the staff members, they said he was outrageous. You know, lots of gang banging, lots of drugs. It was just attention-seeking behavior.
At that time, we were doing this dog program. He saw the dogs running up down the hallway. He saw the kids playing with them. And it kind of piqued his interest.
I got into the PAW program, and then I got into a fight. I got kicked out, and then I got into a PAW program again, and I made it through that time, and I got really into it, and I started changing a lot.
He became one of our lead trainers. 2 groups ago, we had a dog named Jasmine, and she was adopted by a family who has a special needs child. I saw the pictures of the day the family met that dog. Jonathan was there, and that child was on the ground and really couldn't sit up. Jonathan laid down on that ground and played with that dog and played with that kid. You would never have seen that from him a year and a half prior to that.
Hey, what do you think?
Winchester. He's up in the cage. He looks cute. Working with the dogs in the shelter, in juvenile hall. It helped me because like I started caring for somebody else besides myself.
This is Dottie. She came from the shelter to the PAW program. I myself personally trained her.
It was amazing because she just settled him down, you know, took all of the bad stuff away.
I personally think that we relate to these animals next door in the shelter because they're looking for a second chance, just as like we are.
What I love to see is the relationships that not only build with the kids and the dog, but with the kids themselves. A lot of these kids wouldn't even talk to each other, let alone work together as teams. And to see, watching the dog go from one person to the other, that really breaks down all the gang barriers, all this garbage that they came in with, all the history.
And to leave it, clean up, yes.
Good boy. Give me 5, that was awesome. How'd that feel?
Good. Learned a lot.
You did a really nice job. He's awesome. I'm really proud of you. Thanks for doing that. Everybody has a journey, and I have a journey as well. And I can tell you that these programs fill my heart. When I see kids who basically are on the road of destruction and embrace a loving animal who basically helps them change the course of their life, that's what feeds me. You know, I do this as a volunteer because I believe in the program. I believe that it makes a difference. If we could get programs like this into other institutions and catch these young people and even adults and rehabilitate them rather than just be focused on correction, they will go out with life skills. If we can grow the programs, then we can take more dogs from shelters and get them out of there.